Beowulf chapter 13. And then in the morning, crowds surrounded Herod, warriors coming to that hall from faraway lands, princes and leaders of men hurrying to behold the monsters. Great staggering tracks, they gave it with no sense of sorrow, felt no regret for his suffering. When tracing his bloody footprints, his beaten and lonely flight to the edge of the lake, where he'd dragged his corpse-like way, doomed and already weary of his vanishing life. The water was bloody, steaming and boiling in horrible pounding waves, heat sucking from his magic veins, but the swirling surf had covered his death, hidden. Deep in murky darkness, his miserable end, as hell opened to receive him. Then old and young rejoiced, turned back from that heavy pilgrimage, mounted their high-hooped horses, high-spirited stallions, and rode them slowly toward Herod again, retelling Beowulf's bravery as they jogged along. And over they swore that nowhere on earth or under the spreading sky or between the seas, neither south nor north, was there a warrior worthier to rule over men. But no one meant Beowulf's praise to belittle. A true girl, that kind and gracious king, and sometimes when the path ran straight and clear, they would let their horses race red and brown and pale yellow, backs streaming down the road, and sometimes a proud old soldier who had heard songs of the ancient heroes and could sing them all through, story after story, would weave a net of words of Beowulf's victory, tying the knot of his verse smoothly, swiftly into place with a poet's quick skill, singing his new song aloud, while he shaped it and the old songs as well, sermons, adventures, familiar battles fought by that glorious son of Wales, and struggles, too, against evil and treachery that no one had ever heard of, that no one knew, except Fiddler, who had fought at his uncle's side, a brave young comrade carefully listening. When Simon's tongue unwound the wonders he had worked, confiding in his closest friend. There were tales of giants wiped from the earth by Simon's might, and forever remembered. Fame that would last him beyond life and death. His daring battle with a treasure-rich dragon. Heaving a hoary grey rock aside, Simon had gone down to the dragon alone, entered the hole where it hid and swung, his sword so savagely that it slit the creature through, pierced its flesh, and pinned it to a wall, hung it where his bright blade rested. His courage and strength had earned him a king-like treasure, brought gold and rich rings to his glorious hands. He loaded that precious hoard on his ship and sailed off with a shining cargo. And the dragon dissolved in its own fierce blood. No prince, no protector of his warriors knew power. And fame and glory like Siemens, his name, and his treasures grew great. Hermod could have hoped for at least as much. He was once the mightiest of men, but pride and defeat and betrayal sent him into exile with the Jutes, and he ended his life on their swords. That life had been misery after misery, and he spread sorrow as long as he lived, heaped troubles on his unhappy people's heads, ignored all wise men's warnings, ruled only with courage, a king, born entrusted with ancient treasures and cities full of strong-hearted soldiers. His vanity swelled him so vile and rank that he could hear no voices but his own. He deserved to suffer and die. But Beowulf was a prince, well loved, followed in friendship, not fear. Hermod's heart had been hollowed by sin. The horses ran when they could on the gravel. Beth, morning slipped past and was gone. The whole brave company came riding to Herod, anxious to celebrate Beowulf's success, and stared at that arm and her trigger rose from beside his wife and came with his courtiers, crowded around him, and Wealto rose and joined him, his wife and queen with her woman, all of them walking to that wonderful hall.